Hello, everybody. I do a lot of outdoor activities. I love the outdoors. I live for the outdoors. And I use my cell phone to help me when I'm doing things like riding my bike and hiking. And one of the things I like about the apps is that they share important milestones like of how far I've gone, how fast I've gone, how much time has passed by. And when I'm hiking, it also shows me where I am on the map. And you can see that right here. That little dot, it's showing me where I am on the map. And I like that. I like to know where I am on the map, and it is super handy to have this. I feel safe when I'm using the app when I'm hiking, for instance. The key word, though, is when. Sometimes the apps do not work. And this typically happens when I'm deep into the woods and my phone loses signal. The technology may not work. And so that's problematic. But sometimes it's due to my own choosing, because sometimes I choose to get off the trail and explore. And if I do that for too far and too long, I can get disoriented. And with this disorientation comes a need for some help to get back on track. Now, if my app is working, I can use it to directionally help me find my way back to the trail. And then once I'm back on the trail, the app can help me navigate the rest of the trail. But if I run into what I call the deadly duo, which is where I've strayed off the path a little bit too far so that I'm disoriented, and if my app is not working, then that is particularly problematic, because I will be in big trouble. Even though I may have a printed map of the trails, it won't help me because I don't know where I am, and the map isn't going to be help. So if I am lost, I would need that help. And even though I might have an idea of where I want to be mentally, like I want to get over this ridge of the mountain, that's not what I need. I need to be able to know where I am, and that is the first thing that I need to know. For instance, if I pick you up in a helicopter and put a blindfold on you and fly you around and end up landing in the middle of the wilderness in Alaska, let's say you've never been to Alaska. And when we land, I hand you a map of the state of Alaska, and I take off your blindfold, and then I leave. So you would be looking at the map, and you might see some landmarks like Juneau, Fairbanks, Anchorage. And those are all nice to see where they're on the map, but there's one big problem. Because you have no idea where you are, you have no idea where to take your first step, and it's going to be frustrating. You have likely seen this symbol before when you've gone, say, to a mall to go shopping, and you go up to the directory to find out where a store is. One of the first things you look for is this little symbol, and it's usually accompanied by the words, "You are here," right? And the concept of knowing where you are is crucial in just about every component of our lives. It is true at work, it's true at home, it's true at play, and it's true in our spiritual journeys. In business, it's important because you want your business to be able to grow. In order for your business to be able to grow, you've got to understand where it is. You've got to understand where it's positioned in the marketplace. You have to understand all the components that will drive the success of your business. And when we talk about your business, the facts that are important to your business have to be things that are observable and understood. You would want anyone to be able to see those things and be able to clearly identify those facts. When we talk about where we are, it's not about how we feel at that time, and it's not about how we think we should be at that time. It should only be focused on the facts that exist, the obvious facts that exist. People in successful businesses ask themselves lots of questions. What conditions exist? What challenges do we face? What opportunities do we have? Are we truly being successful? Are we performing at our best? What do you do well, and what could you do better? Where do you stand in the marketplace? Do you have the right talent? Do you have the right employees? And how do you stack up against the competition? Interestingly enough, in our personal lives, it's the same thing. Relationships are a good example of this. We can assess where we are in our marriage or in our relationships with important people in our lives, and it's going to be hard for you to be able to achieve what you want out of those relationships if you aren't able to clearly and honestly understand and assess where you currently are and what those factual conditions are. In our walk with God, again, the same is true. We can attend church, we can pay tithes, give offerings, we can even do service projects. But if we do not have a clear understanding of who we are and where we want to go, then those things can merely just be activities. The Bible has some good counsel. 1 Timothy chapter 4, verse 16 says, keep a close watch on yourself. Romans chapter 12, verse 3, think with sober judgment. 2 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 5, examine yourselves to see whether you are in the faith. Test yourselves. When we understand ourselves and our current foibles and our challenges and our shortcomings, our strengths and opportunities for growth, then we can also better map out our daily lives that take those conditions into account. By so doing with thought and with spiritual guidance, we can begin our personal journey to better align ourselves with our spiritual beliefs. So here is a fact I want you to take away with today in this message. The fact is, you are here. Yes, I'll say it again. You are here. You remember this symbol? You are here. Remember, God sees you. He knows you. He loves you. So there's no need to lie to yourself. Look around you. Look inside you. Take stock, take notes, and most importantly, be honest. If possible, seek feedback from some trusted advisors that you have around you. I personally find it helpful to associate with people who are themselves strong in their relationship with God. That helps me become stronger. When you have that clear and honest self-picture, you can put yourself into the right spiritual frame of mind. And you can put yourself in the right conditions and the right surroundings. Equally important, though, you can also take yourself out of the wrong conditions and the wrong surroundings. So put yourself in the right conditions, remove yourself from the bad conditions. When you create that strong understanding of where you are, regardless of whether you like the answer or not, you can truly start mapping your next steps and begin to map your journey closer to God. So regardless of where you are, every day remember, you are here. You are here, and every day you're creating a map and a path and a journey for you to get to where you need to be and want to be. I thank you. I hope you have a great day. God bless.